and we still haven't been to either. And I keep saying, oh, we should just go do a walkthrough, just go check it out. I mean, they do have live entertainment. They have, bands play and there's a restaurant and it's like we just
They have all kinds of
yeah,
things to keep you there.
to keep you there. And even when I've put $20 in a machine, I'm just like I still feel like yeah, that's $20 I could have spent on something else and had something to
Right.
show for it.
Or I could have or I could have eaten with it
Eating with
or
it. It's like gambling is fun. There is a fun element to it, but as long as you know that it's it's designed to separate you from your money, you can't go in thinking, well, I'm going to get all that money back. I'm going to be one of those people that walks by a slot machine and puts a quarter in and wins $1 million. That's not going to
yeah,
happen.
that's
It's just not going to
it's
happen.
not gonna
So
happen. It's not gonna
have fun
happen.
with it, but know your limits, set a limit. And I remember a professor of mine. So I don't know if you ever took statistics and probability. I had to
Oh yeah.
take it as part of my degree. And I'm not talking about just, like 1 week of math where we did the thing with the cards. No, this was a whole, semester. And I made that course my
Like a
bitch,
whole page, like
it's like
the whole page. Like
the
one
whole
one
thing.
problem was like 2 pages.
Exactly. And so I understood, the statistics of probability. And, we talked a lot about gambling because that's where most of it makes sense. And um, I remember the professor saying, you never want to gamble more than you can afford to lose. Same thing with investing, like in stocks and things like that. Oh, I got a hot stock tip. Well, don't put all your money in it because it's not a sure thing.
It's not.
And that's what sports gambling is they're trying to kind of hype it as a type of investment. You're investing in your team. It's like, I
You're
don't know about
not.
that. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, that
And they
was
want you, it's like that's the fan engagement. They want you to be invested by watching the game and by investing your money in the team, by betting on
no,
them.
they just want to take your money.
Exactly.
That
But
was
that's how they spin
right.
it,
Like this, the statistical part of it was it was his name is Don Johnson, not the actor, but he figured out there were like a couple of small little concessions. He was like a super high, he was like kind of like a high roller, and he would make deals when he'd go in to do because you can negotiate certain things like,
Hmm.
okay, the dealer has to hit on 15
Right.
versus 16 or whatever it is. So if you're a high roller and you're going in, he knew that there were like two little things that statistically increased his odds by a ton of stuff. So he did all of those things, negotiated, and won like $15 million
Hmm.
and basically bankrupt Atlantic City.
Well, and
It's a documentary. It's pretty good, but it's interesting how it was like those two little same Dana White did the same thing. He learned this handful of little things that he could do to increase his odds, and so he would negotiate that when he would go in and
and these are people like, okay, so you brought up the high rollers. When I hear the term professional gambler, I think, well, you're a big fat fucking loser, aren't you? Um, but but high rollers are a very small percentage of
super small.
gamblers, and they have money to gamble with, so they're losing tens of thousands of dollars to win a couple, $100,000. It's not like they're winning every time. And whenever people say, "Oh, I could win all the time when in Vegas," how much do you lose?
Right?
Because you don't win all the time.
It's
You're
like
a
when you
big liar. No, it just doesn't
it's
happen.
like it's like when you buy a $20 quick pick and then you win $2. You're like, "Yeah, I won $2." No, you
You
didn't. You
lost
lost
18.
18. Big
Exactly.
difference.
Exactly.
There's a net here.
Exactly. So, and do you remember um, what the sports book at casinos used to look like? It was like a dark, dingy corner of the casino,
Well, it was
way
like
in the
way it
back.
was a word, yeah.
You'd walk by there and go, "What goes? Oh, I'm not going in there." You don't even want to look
Chain
in there.
smokers, chain drinkers
There
sitting
was,
in some little
and there
tiny
was
cubby.
maybe like 10 TVs, and just a certain type of person was in there, and you just didn't go in there unless you knew what you were doing. Now the sports book, it looks like you walk into the casino and it's
So
like an
much
arena. It's
fun.
like you're walking into a
Yeah.
sports arena, full walls of TVs, like stadium seating.